Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Online battle, and in this match, both my opponents are going to be using some pretty original stuff, so hopefully it'll make for a pretty entertaining battle. So, without further ado, let's just get on with the match. So he's going to lead off with like a standard Torkoal, pretty common lead, and I'm predicting him to switch out into his Mantine, as you can see by the team preview, because the water move is oh so obvious. So, I predicted correctly, and I just go for the Swords Dance because I know that Mantine can't really do anything, as it goes for Scald. And this is a acrobatics flying jam swords dancing jump bluff, and I must say that it's pretty awesome if you can get a sleep powder to hit. But unfortunately, a sleep powder doesn't hit, and he's able to duck to my jump bluff, ensuring that it doesn't get a sweep off immediately. So Shelgon is just going to protect, and this is one of those wish protecting Shelgons that are super annoying and don't really do anything besides toxic stall. And I hate toxic stalling because it doesn't really make for a good battle, but whatever. So I'm going to miss my second sleep powder in a row, which is pretty rage inducing. So I'm just going to get out of there before toxic kills my jump bluff and switch into my Chimecho, as he goes for the Nightshade on my Chimecho. And my plan here is just kind of heal bell off that toxic, so good stuff happens. And he sends in his Torkoal so he could set up his rocks or something, and I just go for the wish so I could pass it to something that doesn't really need wish passing and whatnot. So I'm going to switch out into my Octillery, and this is a Scarf-tillery, if you couldn't tell, because it's obviously wearing a scarf, and he gets a burn with a lava plume on my Scarf-tillery, so that's not really matter because Octillery is a special attacker. And here I switch out into my Jump Bluff because the water move is obvious again, but instead he switches into his Shelgon, and then he switches back out into his Yonmask, and it would be really helpful if I had rocks up and I just missed my sleep powder, my third sleep powder, which sucks. But fortunately for me, I put the sleepless Yonmask, and that's good because I put to sleep to his most useless Pokemon, and you always want to do that in a battle, put to sleep the most useless Pokemon, but I digress. So right now I'm at +2 with the Swords Dance, but it's not going to do enough to Torkoal and a significant chunk, because Torkoal is a pretty powerful physical wall. So in comes my Camerupt, which sets up a Stealth Rocks, and this is a physically defensive Camerupt. Hooray for originality. And he's going to yawn it, so I'm going to be either forced to switch out or stay in and kill it, and I opt to kill it because I have Heal Bell on my Chimecho, so I could just easily wake it up. His Leafeon is going to come in, and my Tauros is going to get the Intimidate on that Leafeon because those things are usually physically attacked, and it does go for the physical attack, and it only does 15% because this is a max defense, max HP, physically bulky Tauros, and I flippin' love this thing. I go for the Toxic, but unfortunately he goes for the Heal Bell to 1, wake up his Yonmask, and 2, get the Toxic off his Leafeon. So, as you can see, Substitute is going to take 2 Leaf Blades to be broken, so that's pretty good for Tauros, because physically defensive Tauros is amazing. And he's just going to roar out my Sub and my Tauros into my Chimecho. So he's going to go for the Heal Bell again and get that Toxic off his Leafeon because he doesn't want to die, and I also go for the Heal Bell to wake up my Camerupt. And right now, nothing is really going to happen. I'm kind of fearing the X-Scissor, but seeing that it's a wish passing some whatnot, or a Heal Bell Leafeon, it's not going to have the X-Scissor. So Slacking is going to come in and Pursuit Trap my Chimecho. That's not good because Chimecho is my Cleric and really good supporter, so it dies for nothing. So I'm going to be able to patch that 6 whole % to my Walwile so it doesn't take any rocks damage, which is oh so important. And I'm just going to go for the Swords Dance, and this is a Swords Dancing Walwile, kind of unorthodox because nobody uses Mawile, and his Yonmask using flippin' Power Share and gets rid of my Sheer Force ability with its Mummy. And then I'm going to hit the Slacking like a tard and turn its ability to Mummy. So this guy's team is really cool because it turns Slacking Truant into Mummy, so it can attack every turn, and this thing is looking pretty scary because moves and power and destroying my team. So I'm just going to go with the Tauros, get the Intimidate off, and so it's at -1, and then I could proceed to Toxic or Protect and stuff. So it's going to go for the Taunt. I'm going to block the Taunt with my Protect, and this Slacking is looking pretty scary because of reasons. Yeah, because of reasons. So, since it is at -1, his return is not going to do that much damage to my camera up, and then it should be like a solid 3-hit KO from that range of health. So, I'm just going to get the Lava Plume off, fortunately get the burn, so right now it's at like minus a gabajillion attack, so it's not really a threat, so that big threat is pretty much crippled, and if he switches out, he's going to go back to Truant, which is good for me, not good for him. So, I'm going to send my Taurus again, get more Intimidate damage off, and I'm also... Intimidate stuff and stuff. So, I'm going to go for the Protect again to kind of stall him out and burn him, get that burn damage on, and he's going to Brick Break my Taurus, and only does 12% from a slacking, even, albeit it's at -2 and it's burned, but still, Tauros, man. So, I hit it, my ability gets changed to Mummy, not really important because I have Intimidate and it's only Infect when stuff happens. So his Leafeon is going to come in, and I know these things are pretty physically bulky, so I'm just going to have to Toxic Stall it or Return Stall or something, since it cannot break my subs, so it's just going to roar me out back into Octillery, but fortunately for me, my Octillery has the Fire Blast, and even more fortunate for me, I hit the Fire Blast. I can hit Fire Blast, but I can never hit flippin' Toxics, and I don't understand the Pokemon logic. So Shelgon's going to come in, and since I'm locked into Fire Blast, I'm going to have to switch out into my Tauros. Get the Intimidate off, not really relevant because that Shelgon has Flamethrower, and it's not really a physical attacker, so my Taurus dies, and unfortunately, my Octillery can't really do anything. I have Water Spout, Energy Ball, Surf, and Fire Blast. And Surf is my best bet at this point, but nothing can really do anything because it's just going to get really stally, and this battle's getting really long. So I'm just going to run in the long run. So if you enjoyed this battle, that is good for you. And until next time, until Thursday, I will post another battle, but, Toodaloo. Oh, yeah, hey, about that awkward silence between Toodaloo and saying goodbye, apparently it took me a while to actually forfeit this match, because I am a stubborn, bloody flapper, and I just quit finally on the 47th turn of stalling and whatnot. So, now for reals, if you were loyal enough to see the end of this video, you get the real Toodaloo. Everyone else who said goodbye at the first one, the initial one, they were wrong, and I should give you something special. Yeah. So if you actually stayed for this long after the video quote-unquote ended, and for listening to me ramble right now, I should do something for you? Oh no? Sure. I'll do something for you guys. Okay. Until next time, Toodaloo.